Welcome back to another episode of the Movie Dungeon. I am your host, Dwayne the Flyers Nerds You Know, and today we're going to talk about what happened with the DCU. And I know I say that it's kind of premature and it's still pretty early, but right now I'm not liking where it's going, and I'm fearing where it might go. For sure, Peacemaker was funny. Peacemaker was great. You know, Peacemaker was on TikTok. Peacemaker was everywhere. You know, James Gunn's Suicide Squad was good. You know, I'll circle back to that thought in a second. But those projects were real good, and like I think I might have said it, but Creature Commandos. Those projects were doing real good, and I had hopes. I had real hopes, and then, you know, we got the Superman movie. We got Man of Tomorrow. And listen, I'm a Superman dude, right? Bow. I'm a Superman dude, but what the hell was... I didn't like it. And I'm one of the few people in the world. I'm probably going to get so much hate or so much discourse. It didn't land for me. Maybe I went in there with too much hype and too much anticipation, and it's like, oh, finally a Superman movie, because I grew up in the Henry Cavill era, you know what I mean? That's my Superman. I went opening night for him, and I went opening night for this, you know, and for Superman. And I had two different reactions, and to be apparent with you, it was very, very noticeable why I didn't like the two, right? And it's just my personal preference. I do prefer a darker Superman with a more edgy tone to it. You know, I dig like the new Age 52. So, and that's, to me, is a little more darker. You know, when you had and then you had the Justice League Dark. You know, the Justice League Dark Wars, and like all those little cartoon movies. You know, like I like the little edgy, little bloody little stuff. Sorry if you can hear my baby in the background. Yeah, but I like that type of edgy DC content, and that's why DC has the best shows, animated and cartoon movies, than Marvel. Simple. Can't compete where you can't compare, sir. But moving forward, boom, the Superman happened, and now we got Supergirl. No, and this is what I feared. This is exactly what I feared. Even when he lists down the things that he wanted in this chapter 1, you know, with Waller, that didn't happen. You had the Authority, that didn't happen, and Booster Gold is probably not going to happen either. We're still hoping for the Wonder Woman show, but we'll see. He's gone in the wrong direction, and I think the reason why Superman might have did do a lot better than Supergirl is because I think that he was more behind that one, instead of like, now he was kind of like on Supergirl, but kind of like, nah, he has a bigger conglomerate. It's not even a word, but it's my word. He has a big organization to run now, you know, compared to what he did when he was just a director, simple director, just running that little operation right there. So, you know, I don't want him to have the Kevin Feige fatigue already, you know. And what I mean by that is, like, Kevin Feige just bouncing everywhere. Couldn't focus on projects to make sure they were done 100% to the perfect, complete way, you know. And I don't want James Gunn to fall into that category, but it feels like he already is. And it seems like only the projects that he really is behind the chair through and through come out good. And, you know, there's hopes for Clayface. You know, the trailers look real awesome to that. I'm highly looking forward to that. But Supergirl lost a lot of money, 100 million to 120 million. It didn't do that well domestically. I think it opened with 44 million, you know, and then worldwide it was roughly around 74, you know, so it's not doing well, but there is a way to fix it. There is a way to fix it. Give us characters that we love and cherish. Don't give us characters we don't give a shit about, don't know shit about. Okay? Simple. It's just simple. 1 and 2. You know? I don't know who the fuck Booster Gold was until I had to look him up until, you know, I've heard his name through the little Justice League show, but so it's not like but I didn't dive into this lore, his character, none of that. I damn sure didn't know who the Authority was, and that's just being for real. I didn't know who they were. So yeah, with Supergirl doing boo boo boo, give us characters that we want. Not saying Supergirl is not what we want. I just don't think that was the right order. I'm glad that she was introduced in Superman, but I do think the follow-up movie should have been another, and hell, I would have been cool with a Supergirl show. A little more violent, a little more edge for them to map out and pace it a lot better. And I think the show would have been hard. Just like I think a Flash TV show would be hard. I know we had it with the CW, or Grant Morrison, and it was perfect, except the last few seasons. But, yeah, I completely enjoy those. But I would love, because, he's a forensic scientist. He investigates murders. He goes after on these crime scenes, these bloody crime scenes. I would let them investigate some shit like that and use this little Flash powers to get through that scenarios. That would have been great. But I know with the Flash movie debacle, that might not happen for a while. But give us front-running Justice League members now. Stop whatever else you're trying to do that ain't them. We need a Martian Manhunter something. Okay? I even want a Hawkman and Hawkgirl stuff. I know they're not really front runners, but we need them to. And Green Lantern's getting this show, so for the best for that. I do think I know what James Gunn is planning on doing, especially with that dead giveaway with the Kingdom Come symbol. I think he's doing a backwards Kingdom Come story. I think he's doing a backwards one, where, they're younger instead of older, when I mean by backwards. They're all kind of famous superheroes, been around for a while. It's more like a flashy thing than it is to be humbled and being a hero, taking pride in saving people. It's more like flash and glamour now. And I feel like, with Kingdom Come, that's what it became. And then Superman came back and was like, show y'all how to be a hero right. Y'all messing this whole game up. Y'all messing the whole game up for the ones that started this for y'all. And I feel like he's doing it like in reverse age-wise, where they're kind of young, but they're all kind of already been there, but like Flash and Glam being kind of like the same scenario. That's just my little prediction that he's doing. With that being said, give us characters that we care about. I don't think if you gave us stuff that we cared about, the numbers in the box office wouldn't be this low. But there's still hope for Superman. Oh yeah, Superman 2 is Man of Tomorrow. Sorry about that. It's so many. It was Superman Legacy. It was Superman, Superman whatever. It's too much. It's a lot. Forgive me. But yeah, so there's still hope for that one. But needless to say, I hope DC turns around, because DC is where my heart's at, way over Marvel, and they need to get their shit together. This cannot happen ever again. I rebuke it. I don't want it. We don't want it. Please, give us something that we want and that we've been asking for. Please. That's it. But anyway, thank you for watching another episode of the Movie Dungeon. I am Dwayne the Flyers Nerd, Like and subscribe. Peace.